Thanks for joining us today on Envision. I'm Deanne Conrad here with Dr. Brian Maher, Superintendent of the Sioux Falls Public Schools. And there's a lot of work been going on behind the scenes. Believe it or not, people always say, what do you do in the summer? Do you work in the summer? A lot of activity that happens in the summer months. Some of that is just getting together information and paperwork that's required by the state and by the federal government to make sure we're doing everything we say we're going to do. And there's something that has recently been compiled, the Comprehensive District Academic Improvement Plan. What is it, and how will it drive where we're headed for the future?
Well, first of all, it's a mouthful.
It is.
That's a big title.
I had to look on the paper here because I couldn't quite get it all right.
Yeah, the plan that you reference really is more of a federal accountability piece for us. Mm-hmm. Really, when we look at this particular plan, what we're looking at are the areas of reading and math, mm-hmm. and we're looking at high poverty schools. We're looking at subgroups beyond that, but that's really what we're looking at. And how do we improve reading and math in those particular areas? Mm-hmm. And that's what Ann Smith and her department have had an opportunity to help us with. And really what that dovetails into is our strategic plan.
Sure.
How do we help students achieve, mm-hmm. particularly in the areas of reading and math?
Right.
How do we help professional development for our staff? Mm-hmm. And when we look at the priority areas that we've identified in our strategic plan, the staff development is deeply seated in 3 of the 4 priority areas. Mm-hmm. So really that plan not only deals with students, but deals with the adults in our organization, and also really holds us accountable for the federal money that we receive in those particular areas.
So the submission of that plan sort of happens between now and the beginning of the school year, and then those federal dollars, it's kind of a plan as to how those federal dollars are going to be used.
Right. Right now, like a lot of people who are reliant on federal dollars, we're mm-hmm. guessing mm-hmm. at the amount of money that we'll get this fall. But the accountability piece comes in really 2 forms. One, how did you use the money last year? Mm-hmm. What did you use it for, and what results did you see? And 2, what plans do you have in place for this coming year? How are you going to, if we give you this money,
right,
how are you going to use it for the coming year? Right. So really it holds us accountability. It holds us accountable for what we've done. It also holds us accountable for planning how we're going to look ahead. Right. In the Sioux Falls School District, it ties in perfectly with our strategic plan and with our goals and strategies that we have in place.
Absolutely. So all of those items, while they might have titles of their own, they all sort of mesh together to have that common goal of doing projects, implementing curriculum to improve the achievement of our students across the board.
Very much so. That's really our job in the central office, so that when you get to the classroom, the teacher can just teach.
Yeah.
And so we have to figure out how do we take the pools of money, the resources that we have available, pool them all together, and make sure that our kids have what they need and our teachers have what they need to make sure that we have the teaching and learning that we need as a community.
Right. All of those resources used effectively and efficiently.
That's our goal.
All right. Wonderful. Well, thanks for joining us today on Envision.